Hi class, it's Jessica James. Unfortunately, this is our last speech for our course, and although I'm sad not to be able to see anybody anymore, I am excited to almost be finished. Um, this is probably one of my favorite speeches because it's persuasive, and I like to argue, and I like to convince people to do things when I think that they're right. So the thing that we're going to cover today is why you should always wear a helmet when riding a motorcycle. This subject is important to me because my dad rides bikes and he hates wearing a helmet. I always try to convince him to do it, and thankfully, it's a state law in California where he lives, so he has no choice. I try to get him to look at it just for the simple fact of what if he crashes? Like, what's going to happen then? Some of the topics that we're going to cover today are why people choose not to wear a helmet. We're going to talk about some statistics. We're going to talk about how your family could be impacted as a military member if you're in an accident on a motorcycle. And we're going to talk about the solutions to all of these problems. So let's first go over some of the very weak excuses that people use for why they don't wear helmets. Um, One thing is it gives me a headache, it messes up my hair, they're hot and they're uncomfortable, they're so ugly, and probably the top two reasons used is I'm an experienced rider and I'm just going around the corners. As most of you know, excuse me, on average, most accidents in vehicle, motorcycles, anything happen within 5 miles of your house. So just going around the corner really isn't a good excuse. None of them are good excuses. But if you think that they are good reasons, let me tell you the cost of choosing not to wear a helmet. Now, the statistics that we're going to use today are from 2008, and they say on average that these numbers are increasing at least 2% every year. So, although these numbers are high, just imagine that it's gone up 4% since this. So, in 2008, there were 5,290 bikers killed in accidents. 59% of those bikers killed in 2008 were not wearing helmets. That's over half. Crazy. And if you think that those numbers are high, imagine there were 96,000 bikers injured in 2008. And bikers are 37 times more likely to be killed as a car occupant is. And did you know that despite that average and despite all of those numbers, that 30 states you're not required to wear a helmet if you're over the age of 21. The way I look at it is maybe they just don't care if you die if you're over 21. Not saying that that's the reason, but that's just how I look at it. So, we're going to talk about if you were killed or injured in a car accident or in a motorcycle accident and you're military, how is that going to impact your family? Now, luckily for us, it's required, regardless if you're on base or off base, that you wear all protective equipment while operating a motorcycle. But we all know that some people like to be rebels, and as soon as they leave the gate, they want to take off all their protective equipment. So, if you're in an accident and you're killed or injured and you don't have a helmet on or your protective equipment, the military is not going to cover your injuries or your death. Can you imagine, one, not only your family getting a phone call saying that you've been in an accident, but then having to explain to them that they are now going to have to cover all of your costs for your injuries because you decided not to wear a helmet? I know that I would not want to get a phone call like that. And I really doubt that any of your family members want to receive that phone call either. So, you might ask, what's the solution to this? Well, the solution is easy. All you have to do is wear your proper protective equipment. This includes, of course, a helmet, which we've been talking about. It also includes eye protection, which will keep any debris or bugs or anything from flying in your eyes, which may cause you to look away or close your eyes or flinch or anything that could cause you to be in an accident because you can't see. And you also want to wear gloves when you're riding in case you do wreck. It'll keep you from having any of your appendages ripped off or scraped up or anything like that. You want to make sure that you're wearing pants, and jeans or denim pants are recommended for this because the material is a lot thicker, so it'll save you from road rash. Not saying that you won't get any, but it'll probably be better as long if you have pants on. You also want to wear long sleeve shirts or jacket, and they have jackets that have zippers in them that allow you to have air breathe through, so you can't say that it's hot even in the summertime. You want to make sure that you're wearing boots, and I would highly recommend that you wear steel toe boots. Now you want to also wear highly visible clothes. So this includes bright colored clothing, white, bright orange, yellows, things of that nature. And if you're riding at night, you want to make sure that your clothes are reflective. Now, if you don't have a shirt or pants or anything that already have reflective material on them, it's as simple as going to the store and buying reflective tape and putting it on the front and back of your helmet. And you also want to put it on your boots. And this way, when you're riding at night, the lights from the other cars will be able to see you, and it'll keep them from hitting you while you're driving. So, now that we've covered some of the reasons why people don't wear helmets, some of the statistics of people in riding motorcycles, and how it could impact your family as a military member, and since I've already told you the solution, I want you to really consider what you're going to do when you hop on a motorcycle. And this goes for passengers also. It's not just the person operating the bike. So I'm not trying to tell you that you will absolutely not be in an accident as long as you wear this stuff riding on a motorcycle. But it is going to increase your odds of being able to survive a motorcycle accident if you do these simple steps. So it's not that difficult, folks. Grab a helmet, strap it on, make sure that it's secured well, and wear the rest of your protective equipment. And you never know, it may save your life. It's not difficult, and I promise that your family will appreciate it. So I hope that this has helped you. And I have attached a link to a video just so that you can see some of the outcomes of not wearing a helmet when riding a motorcycle. Thankfully, I was able to find one that did not have gory details, so it is okay to watch. I promise it won't offend anybody. Um, but hopefully, you guys will think about this stuff and just be safe when you're riding. Thank you.